YouTube. I got another video today. We're actually going to be editing a video for real this time. So let's get started. You should be able to, you should have hopefully already put a file in your shared folder. Here is my shared folder right here. It's called Edit. And I showed you how to set it up last time. So if you have files in there, we're going to go ahead and edit them. I'll upload these files to the server or whatever, so you guys can edit them too. Now let's go in. Just follow my instructions and don't distribute the files I said. So like if you edit a video, you don't just upload that demo one, because I ain't actually putting that on my YouTube channel. So alright, here we go. Click Edit to access your old files. And you should see them all, just like I do. Now we're going to open up KdenLive. You can click this thing over here to close it. Alright, now that we have KdenLive open, you can go ahead and drag your files in. We're going to use all these files, so click up here. You can, if you click on one of them and hold down Shift and click another one, it will highlight all the ones in between. So go ahead and drag that in. And it should import the files for you. You can click in between and slide to see the full file names. Oops, I actually imported a text file. We don't need that. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do is load up our video clip. We're going to put that on the bottom track so we can put things on top if need be. So drag that in, and let's go ahead and play our video. Another product review for you today. This is actually a single high-capacity electric magazine. It's pretty cool. Has some Okay, so as you can see, the video is playing just fine. It's pretty cool. Has some very realistic .223. Okay, so in this video, I actually made some mistakes while recording it because I was doing it with a cell phone. So let's go over to where I actually make a mistake. Skip forwards. I believe it was right about when I try to fill up the magazine. Oh, here I did it too. Yeah. Alright, let's play it. See where it happens. We started. I'm going to throw some Elite Force .25 BBs in there. I'll show you guys it working. And that's where the incident occurs. I spilled them all over the floor. So let's back up a little bit. And all we need is just to show them it pouring in. So we're going to play a little bit. Alright, and we'll stop it there. So in order to break a clip up into smaller parts so we can rearrange it, we're going to need to cut it. So right click on the video and say cut clip, and that will split it in half. Now let's fast forward to the next part. We can just click, drag, and click, and click, and click. Alright, I think it's over here. Yeah. Somewhere in here. We'll cut out this a little bit for now. Press delete to delete it. All you have to do is just highlight it and then press delete. And just drag this back over so they meet up here. Alright, I'm not sure exactly how many I got in there. Supposed to hold, I believe, 1,000 BBs. Close up the door. And as it's charged up, you got a switch on the bottom. Basically, there's 3 directions. There's off and okay, and now I'm going to show you how to actually put a picture on there. We're going to do something really quick in GIMP. show the switch. Load up GIMP. Alright, we're going to make an image. New. 600 by 400. No, we don't need that big. Let's go 200 by 200. Alright, and we're going to draw this switch that we're talking about in the thing. So let's make a box, fill it in, and change the color. Alright, now let's go back to the video and see what it says for each of the individual things. I don't know if you guys can actually hear the video audio. Which is in the middle, and left is constant wind. So that's really loud. Okay, so we'll make a little note in our GIMP thing. Left is constant wind. Alright. That thing we clicked on was text box. Delete that old one. S0e04, I believe that's right. Click this to move it. Oops. Click inside the box. Then we should be able to, whatever. I haven't used that feature in GIMP in a while, as you can probably tell. Next, we're going to make another one. Right. We got to click out of it. And make another one. Resize that. And on the right side, we'll do another one. Let's stretch this. Stretch the box. Alright, now we got our image done. We can put it inside of the video. Let's export this. Export it as switch. Alright, export. It doesn't matter. Alright, I think we put it in our pictures folder. Nope. Here we go. Let's drag and drop it in. Alright, now let's get back to business. Wind as long as once. As you see, you'll be winding. It doesn't stop. You'll turn the middle to stop it. And yes, that wheel actually does wind when it winds itself. And then there's another mode. If we switch it to all the way to the right, with three positions, it'll be automatic wind based on sound. So. Okay, now would be a good time to put in the picture so we can illustrate what we were talking about. So what we do is we drag the picture over the video track, and basically what it would normally do is it would just completely overwrite it, but we don't want that. So we're going to add a transition type. Click on this, click on Add Transition, and let's choose what kind we want. We'll use a fine for now. The transition will show up as yellow. You will want to stretch it to cover the whole picture. And now, if we double click on the transition, we can actually edit it. We want to go to the beginning of the transition, so click the slider, drag it to the left, drag it. Oops. Look at that. Okay. So let's go back there manually. For some reason it wasn't working. Okay. Now double click on this, you don't double click down there, sorry, my mistake. Double click here, and we can resize it. Okay. Now we have to get rid of the first one. Double click it right there to get rid of it. Now we gotta drag this over, because we had two. Each diamond means a point in the transition. So, let's get them lined up first, my mistake. Okay. You can zoom in with this thing at the bottom to zoom in. You want to make sure it's lined up. This is an easier way to do it. Line them up however you can. There, now they're lined up. The problem we were having before is they weren't lined up. Okay. So now we go back to this, and then we can make sure that this triangle and this triangle are lined up. That means we're looking at and editing the same spot. Triangle means editing. This triangle on the bottom means that's where you currently are. So you can move it around. We're going to put it in the top right corner. And we'll just leave it there. So we can show constant off and sound control. We probably should put some arrows, but I think it speaks for itself. Sound. So basically, when you're shooting on full auto, it will listen for your gearbox, and when it hears that, it will rewind the magazine. Let's show you. This is the Keon's M4A1. Alright, so that was helpful for there. Now I'm going to show you how to edit audio in here. Let's go back to where it was really, really loud. And then there's another mode. If you switch it to all the way to the right. Okay, it was a little bit before there. I think it was right here. You can see the sound down there. And then there's another mode. With these, nope, not quite there. Here it is. This looks like it. Scroll over here to this giant chunk of, I don't even know, sound. So wind is long. Okay, let's turn that down a little bit so it equals the rest of the sound. So the easiest way to do that is to take this part and split it out by using the cut thing I showed you earlier. Come over here to the end. Cut this one too. Cut clip. And then we're going to go to Add Effect and Audio. And they have a bunch of different audio. They have audio. We're going to use audio correction. Oops. Add Effect. Audio correction. And gain. Gain is a quick and easy way to change the audio. We're going to turn down the gain to, let's say, 60%. 64 is close enough. Alright, now let's see what it looks like. Go back here. Constant whine. So whine as long as it's still pretty loud. Let's turn it down a tiny bit more. Constant whine. So whine as long as 1. Okay, that's more manageable. It's still kind of loud, but lets the person know how loud the thing is. Alright, let's see what else we can edit in here. We'll skip through it, fast forward. A little bit. Alright, here's where I kind of failed to put the magazine in, so we'll edit this part out. It's a smoky clear version, so it's like $60 off. Alright. And this time we're not going to do a fast cut, we're actually going to do a transition. So, let's cut this clip. Let's move back a little bit, so I'll show, never mind, I'll just leave it here, don't worry about it, just a second. There we go, has a very nice look in the gun. If you're playing, alright. Back. Cut clip. Delete this middle part, we don't need that. Alright, since we're on the bottom track, we'll actually have to move one up, because in order to transition, you have to have two separate tracks. And the lower one will be the one it transitions to. So let's go over here, cut this, and if you're wondering about stuff that's been deleted, you can always get it back by extending. Look right here, you see that little arrow? That means you can extend it a little bit, and it will bring back some of the stuff that was deleted. Basically, it will pull, it will go past wherever that current mark was. Let's say this mark was like almost 2 minutes in the clip, like 1:58 or something like that. If you extend it, it will go to 1:59, 2 minutes, whatever. So basically, when you stretch it out, you get back what was deleted. Now let's go over here. Now you see they're overlapping. We're going to use that to add a transition. So we go to add transition. Just like before, we use a transition, but we use it for overlaying. Now we're using a transition to go between two scenes, not to have two things on the screen at once, in the same way as last time. You'll see what I mean. Okay, let's go to... what should we use? Wipe? Sure. Alright, now let's see how that looks. As you can see, let's zoom in. We now have a wipe transitioning between this one up here and this one down here. There's our wipe. If we click it, we can change the type. There's a whole bunch of different ones. Let's use that one. That one looks cool. Now let's see how it looks. That was kind of fast. Let's make this take a little bit longer so we can actually see the transition a little bit better. Alright, now let's look at it. Well, it was pretty fast, so we'll probably want something that's not as fancy as that. Because that just looked kind of weird. Let's use this. Let's go back a little bit. Alright. There we go. Alright, so that's a better wipe. It's still not the best, but it was a quick cut, so it looks better than just jumping from one to the other. There we go. Kind of push it out of the way. Looking again. If you're playing on a unofficial field or whatever, or you're playing with this outside your backyard, you may want to cover these up with duct tape because they are very realistic. It also does give you a very nice look though. Alright. Okay, so those are two very basic things. I'm going to show you how to do some color correction now. We're pretty much done with what I need to do on that video. Not really much needs to be changed. Oh, titles. We should add a title real quick. Let's go. Project. Add title. And we have a title clip. Let's put a title on here. What should we call this? Airsoft. Move this down a little bit. Airsoft. M4 capital. M4. Box. Airsoft. M4. Box. Mag. We'll call it Airsoft M4. Okay, as you can see, we went off the screen. We can bring it back like this. So now our title clip, we just drag it on like we did the other thing. That's a little bit too much of a title, I think. We'll see. Oh, we're zoomed in. Go back here to zoom out. And let's watch the video. We got another product review for you today. This is actually a single high-capacity electric magazine. It's pretty cool. It has some Okay, so now we're going to do some color correction because this looks kind of faded out a little bit. It's best to do color correction before you cut up the video like this, but I kind of forgot, so I'm going to have to do it to those individual parts. And also apply it to that last part that's pretty long. Okay. You go to Add Effect, and there's color correction. They have different ones. Let's go to 3-point balance, see how this works out. For this, you select black, gray, and white colors. So let's go black. We'll say this bipod is black. For gray, let's see what's gray on here. There's not really much gray. We'll pick this shadowish thing, I guess. Oh, that's not good. White. Okay. That wasn't gray enough. As you can see, it tends to mess it up when it's not right. Say that. Okay, there we go. Now see how this looks. It's a little bit brighter, and I think it will add more contrast. Today. This is actually a single high. Okay, now if you do split screen, you can actually see what it looks like side by side. As you can see, this one looks a lot more brighter and vibrant than the other side. Let's go. Right past the electric magazine. It's pretty cool. Has some very realistic .223. Okay, as you can see, just my hand alone looks significantly better. It looks like it's way more defined than just this grayness. It's a little bit too dark, but I think you can't really see some of the details, but again, you can go in and manually change these and say, okay, I want a little bit more gray or a little bit less, turn down the black if you wanted, or the other way around. Basically, there's a lot of things you can mess around with in there, and that's just for the 3-point color balance. We'll be using a lot more different filters and stuff in the later videos. There we go, that's better. You can still see the definition in that. So, and make sure you turn off split screen preview before you render it. Otherwise, it will keep it split screen when it's rendered, which is kind of silly, I think. But I mean, I guess if you want to do a split screen video for some reason, I don't know. Okay, so that's basically the very basics of it. To actually render your video, I don't need to render it since I'm going to have to go back and finish up the color corrections on the different parts. Because you see here, look, I clicked, it says gain, but it doesn't say color correction. This one says, where is it? This one shows effects as color correction. So that's what we were just working on. So each clip has its own separate effects that you can apply to it. It might sound a little bit confusing, but hopefully it'll get easier to understand in later videos. Alright, so, what did I just say I was going to do? I completely forgot. Okay, so yeah, now we're going to render the video. Click render, and it will give you a whole bunch of options. For YouTube, the best thing I'd say is probably to use just basic MP4s. They have WebM, which is really nice if you want small video files. It's very, 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 very small for the amount of quality you get. It's not the best quality, but it's small. Turning up these things will make your file size bigger, but it'll also make your quality better. Where is 2pass? Export audio track. They don't give you the option of 2pass for WebM because it's lower quality. MPEG-4/ACC is what I use. If you want slightly better visuals without increasing the speed, use 2pass. It'll take twice as long, but it will give you better video quality. Bump up both of these if you want better video quality too. This is for audio quality. If you want the Supreme, you can up it there. But you also have to take into account the original video's quality. I mean, if the original video is just recorded with your cell phone, upping your audio to 384 not going to really give you that much better. But this is just, I usually use 256, and for audio I use 18,000, and that usually does pretty well for me. So, alright, yeah, I'm going to go up and go ahead and finish this video and try to have it uploaded tonight, which is the 12th. And this video that I'm recording right now for you guys should be up on the 13th, hopefully, maybe a little bit later. Alright, see you all later. Bye.